Hey, welcome. Just making sure you guys can hear me as I send out an app alert about an update on our morning snow. All right, I can make sure you guys can hear me there. I'm going to let a few more people join, and then we'll talk a little bit more about morning snow that it's possible for a lot of us. Update on morning snow potential. Boom. Sending that. And we are in good shape. Okay, so now a few more of you guys have joined. See a lot of you guys joining now. I'm going to switch this on here, switch this back to me, and say hello. First and foremost, welcome to December 1st. We've got a fresh coating of snow. Weather impact meteorologist Gary Frank with an update on what's going on in the overnight hours. And this is a different storm than the other one. It's a similar setup, but we're not going to have the ingredients that produce those 2, 3, 4, maybe 5-inch totals in some cases. So as more people join, I'll catch you guys in between watching football games, kind of getting prepared for a very snowy game, at least on the ground, in Buffalo tonight after this is all said and done. First and foremost, welcome to meteorological winter. It's December, January, February. It's supposed to be cold. We settle those in record purposes. Winter solstice is in exactly 20 days. We got 20 more days where the days get shorter, and then after that we start to get longer. So that's one thing that we have at least to look forward to. Of course, we've gotten some pretty decent snow, and when you look at what, in terms of snow, how much we've gotten so far, we've got 3.2 inches of snow so far in St. Louis. Now, we've had 5 times that we've had since 1980 that we've had that much snow, or over 3 inches of snow, by December 1st. So that's pretty impressive in itself. And I think, that's one of the things that so it's kind of abnormal for us to get this much snow, right? So we're looking outside right now. You'll see the finish. Cuba, not that much snow. And as I put this on a full screen for you, there are a lot of spots where Hillsborough, you can still see at Hillsborough College and even at Highland, there wasn't much sunshine today, was there? With temperatures being on the cold side, it's pretty clear out there right now. We got to 32, and here's where we're looking for our next snow to come from. It's going to take a while, but watch where this snow is. We can actually see it for once, right? It's this wide area right here where near Minot, North Dakota, and this is kind of zooming down and working its way down further down 29. This is what's going to be responsible for our brief burst of morning snow. And you'll notice that it's not incredibly impressive by any stretch of the imagination, but it's going to be enough to the fact that it times out in the morning. I think it's going to be more of a pain. This happened at midday or something like that, 12 o'clock. I don't know that I'd be all that concerned about it just because, there's not as many people on the roads, but a lot of you are getting back to work and school and whatever it may be. So let's look at a couple of different things here. It's clearing out now, and I think as a result, temperatures are going to plummet tonight. We got a fresh coat of snow on the ground. We're going to see these numbers in the teens, 20s, area-wide, even as clouds start to build back in. And as a result, this snow is primed to land on a very cold surface. So even though the roads are treated, it's going to stick immediately. There's no melting. There's no wet roadways where we had most of that snow yesterday that was 32 degrees, 29 degrees. 20 is a lot different. So I think that's one of the reasons that we have tomorrow as a weather impact alert day. So be prepared for light snow to arrive in the morning. We've got even colder temperatures that are on the way. There's no doubt about it. We're going to see with the light snow arriving with even colder temperatures, that's why I think we have a bigger impact with slick roadways, because this snow is going to be a powdery snow. This is not going to be the wet snow that sticks to the trees and your car and you can pack it. This is going to blow around a little bit more, and when that gets compact, even a thin layer, that's where it's going to continue to ice over and it'll get slick. So with that snow being around, there'll be times of low visibility in the morning. So those are the two things that I expect us to see. Loss of traction, of course, you can prepare for longer commutes. So set your alarm early, at least 30 minutes. I don't know that it's going to be something crazy, but this is definitely going to slow you down. You're not going to be able to go the full speed limit, and there is going to be issues. There were issues all weekend long, and it didn't really matter what we told you. We knew the snow was coming. We got a little more of it, but it was at a time where we shouldn't have many people on the roads. We still had issues. So let me show you what this may look like here, because I think, what we're going to be dealing with is the first part of the day, and I'm going to fast forward this even more. Let's watch how we start to see maybe a few flurries kind of hang around after 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, but eventually we'll see more of the snow kind of settle in by 3, 4, and 5 o'clock. And notice that you're going to run into these pockets, right? You're going to run into these pockets where, not everything is created equal. Once again, there are pockets where you get no snow, you get a light snow where it's a flurry, it's no big deal, and then you get on one of these pockets where you get a little quick burst of snow and that coats the ground. And I think that's the main thing for us that we're going to run into. So as I reverse that and you keep that in mind, look over the next several hours. You're going to continue to see a brief burst of snow 4, 5, 6 o'clock, and then it may just start to become lighter throughout the rest of the morning, and then eventually fades by midday. I mean, really, this is out of here, flurries by midday. But it's the timing, once again, that we're going to see that. 3, 4, 5 o'clock, bursts of snow. Look at these temps, teens, low 20s. It's going to be pretty cold, and so this is going to be flying around. It's going to create some issues. So, once again, as I continue to loop this so you can see where everybody is, there's no where's a heavy band going to set up. There are going to be a few bands that are kind of hanging around. So as we show you the snow accumulation, this is not some exciting map that I have, and I've spent a lot of time drawing it for you, like yesterday where we said there's going to be one little burst of snow where it starts to pick up sooner and on the leading edge of that surge of moisture. There's none of that. This is just one little small snowstorm that's going to impact us during the Monday morning commute. So if you're unimpeded, no big deal, right? Like, we're just going to add another half an inch of snow, but the fact that it's in the morning, that's the big story, and the fact that it's colder. So it's going to be slick. There's no doubt about that. So, pretty much all these snow totals are created equal from north to south. I think everybody's going to get a little something here, and we may see an inch or so in some cases. I think that's going to be on the low side. I think most of this is a half an inch or less in many cases, but like I said, this is what it's going to look like here when it comes to snowfall. 4, 5, 6 o'clock, bursts of snow, 7 o'clock, and then as we get closer to 9, 10 o'clock, things really, really wind down. So when it comes to tomorrow, expect temps to start in the mid-20s. It's going to be cold. You're going to see those numbers in the mid-20s. And then once we get to 11 or 12 o'clock, I think things really, really shut off, and it's just cloudy the rest of the day. So like I said, the snow is going to be the big factor for us as we look at that potential for any sort of light to moderate snow. I think there are going to be a couple of moderate bursts, but like I mentioned, it all has to do with something that's going to look exactly like what is up north right now. Look at this to use as a guidance. Even as we zoom in right now, you may run into something like this in the first part of the day, and then there's breaks, and then behind it, we just have a few flurries. And so that's what I would expect. I don't expect anything too crazy, but the fact that it's during the morning, that's why we have to be prepared for, longer commutes. It's light snow with even colder temperatures. We have slick roads with low visibility, and we have the loss of traction with longer commutes. Like I said, once again, this is what we're dealing with. More of this snow that continues to push out of here. 4, 5, 6 o'clock, you're up early. If you're up late, be prepared, 8 or 9 o'clock. If you don't get to work till 10, I think it's okay where there's less people on the roads, but I do think there will be a slow commute. The fact that this happens during the morning before the sun rises on these very cold roadways. I'll leave you with these snowfall accumulation totals here. Like I said, I think overall, a lot of you will be fine, but it is a half an inch or less in many cases, maybe up to an inch in a very isolated amount. But a lot of us are going to see another fresh coating of snow, and then we're done with the snow for a while. We get a break. I think a lot of this stuff melts on Wednesday anyway. That's the way that we see it right now. We'll have updates throughout the rest of the evening, but we wanted to keep you posted here in our thoughts. There's no big change. I don't expect that 8 or 9 o'clock we're going to be looking at some major change, so don't expect that. You can go to bed not having to worry about any major change to this forecast, but don't be surprised when snow is flying, and a light snow that is in the morning, where this is the snow that you can just brush off your windshield. You could use the snow blower or the leaf blower to get the snow out of the way. It's going to blow around. That's why I think the visibility may be down. So those are the things. I don't see any questions in the chat, so I'll leave you with this until now. Expect that snow to continue through 10 or 11 o'clock, and then it's pretty much done. So we will see you later on. Hope you have a safe day, and we'll keep you posted online and 5+.